So I am back in Lviv, at least for a little visit. Came back for for my passport. And that is because it was held in the Ukrainian Migration Service office here in Lviv. And it is now officially been updated to allow me to stay for another 90 days. And I had to jump through a couple of hoops, but nothing too hard to get it done. And so I'm here in Lviv for a couple of extra things that I wanted to film, but after that, my intention is to travel a little bit more widely in Ukraine, and I have a couple of projects that I'm working on. I don't want to spoil them before they're ready to be announced, but that is happening. Now, I'm here actually at a place I don't think I've shown you in the past. This is Ivan Franko Park. It's central in Lviv. And Ivan Franko, there's a funny little story about this statue. Maybe I'll tell you that in a subsequent vlog. But Ivan Franko was a very important figure in Ukrainian history. He's a guy who was a poet, a writer, and a prominent politician on the Ukrainian stage at the turn of the 19th and the 20th century. And he was a very strong advocate for Ukrainian independence. So it's only right that I would come here. But there are a couple of things around Lviv as I'm here in my short little pit stop that maybe I haven't showed you in the past. So I'll take this opportunity. I didn't want to just disappear for a long period of time before my next vlog. So let me just do a quick little trip around town and show you some things maybe I haven't shown you in the past. I don't know if I've taken you down this particular street as yet, but Lviv is it's a tourist town. It's a beautiful little European town, but it's a tourist town, and so as such, there's this kind of thoroughfare off the main market square that has, stuff for tourists to buy. There's the Vyshyvanka, of course, the Vyshyvanka over there, but also with T-shirts. I stand with Ukraine. I'm Ukrainian. Bound to eventually see one that says, Ruski Korabli di Nakhui, which has become the kind of battle cry for the war. Chocolate being, of course, one of the things that Lviv is very well known for. But I'm going to see if I can get addresses for stores. Obviously, this summer, not a lot of tourists are coming to Ukraine, so these little shops are suffering pretty hard. And if you're so inclined, you'd like to help, maybe I'll see if I can get, an online store in these beautiful Vyshyvankas, and you can support Ukraine in that way. It's funny, we just had a tour come through here, and they've apparently added the Sukhoi tail wing on display in Market Square as part of their tour. So, a lot of people are coming through here. This town is actually where soldiers are sent when they're able to come off the line for a little bit of R&R, because it is very peaceful comparatively here. You also get a lot of internally displaced people coming through and getting free tours, and so they do now apparently include that Sukhoi as part of the tour. I'm going to take this moment as part of this vlog to discuss the situation with the war. As the tram goes by. A lot of people are writing in Western press and commenting in Western press a lot of doom and gloom about what's happening out in Donbass. It does look as though Russians are making some advances around particularly Severodonetsk. But the Ukrainian counteroffensive hasn't even started yet, and they're already taking ground around Kherson. Some parts of Severodonetsk is coming back to Ukrainian control, and the new weaponry that the West is sending that will outrange the artillery of the Russians is yet to actually show up in theater. And it just makes me wonder whether or not there are people out there in the West who are willfully looking at this conflict and almost hoping that the Russians will win. The Ukrainians are not down and out. I see the soldiers coming off the line, and I talk to people who are well connected in the military sphere here in Ukraine. They do not seem to be a defeated force by any stretch of the imagination. I would not count them out quite yet. So this is just a really cute little kind of game and toy shop, but I wanted to just quickly come inside and show you a little something here of all the little stuffed toys you can buy. There's a javelin and a Miraya, large airplane that was destroyed in the beginning by a Bayraktar drone, and of course your own stuffed Patron, the bomb-sniffing dog. So just off of, again, the main square, there's also this little, basically a flea market, open-air shop. People selling their goods. This is traditional Ukrainian jewelry, more t-shirts, of course, you know, magnets and patches, keychains, things like that. You know, the ubiquitous Vyshyvanka, yet again, of course, woodworking things, more woodworking, some traditional clay here, pottery, things of that nature. I love these, the toilet paper with Putin's face on it. I bought one of those myself. So over there as well, shot glasses, beer glasses. Lviv is known as the city of lions. That's why you see iconography of lions all over the place. Dobry dень. T-shirts, vyshyvankas. These are the headdresses. Как называются они? Venochki. These are the headdresses that they wear with the vyshyvanka. Они очень красивые. And these are kind of the beautiful necklaces. Vlogger, просто. Дякую вас. These are really comfortable, lovely wool slippers and socks and things of that nature. All the vyshyvankas, all the vyshyvankas. Really beautiful. So I'm going to add that link, and hopefully you can support these people because they need your money now more than ever. Tapestries, you know, placemats, things of that nature. Often very religious. Our Father. So, anyhow, that is just a cursory look at the market here in Lviv.
Брати мій, вставай, за нами Україна, за нами наша рідна земля. Справжнє пекло, крик і дим, не злякаєш нас ще цим, єднає світла віра і добро, ми йдем за Вітеянку і Дніпро. Вставай! Брати мій, вставай, бери у руки, за нами Україна, за нами наша рідна земля. Свищуть кулі, день і ніч, ворог з нами віч на віч, нищить світ, мов рану й сіль, ваша влада, зло й біль. Вставай! Брати мій, вставай, бери у руки зброю, землю захищай, вставай!
So with the lion being the symbol of this city, you'll see it everywhere, whether it's a restaurant or on city benches, indeed, even on trash cans. The lion is ubiquitous. So this is my Cossack mace, my bulava, that I got at that market that I showed you, the woodworking stall. And it has the traditional Ukrainian trident there. One of these days I'll tell you about these things. There's a lot of history to this and a lot of meaning to it. And then this is my Putin TP that you can get all around town. Man, I just think that's hysterical. So this is probably going to be my last substantive vlog that comes from Lviv and is centered in Lviv. There's a couple of elements that'll be in future vlogs, but the last one that'll be kind of me walking around town, talking, kind of stream of consciousness kind of thing. And I know they tend to drag on a little bit because I kind of ramble and they're not really, well thought out. It's just me talking. I didn't have a plan for today's thing. I just wanted to put something out to talk to you guys. And I get some criticism from my old pals in network TV about that kind of format. And I don't know if that's something you like or prefer, or if you prefer the more kind of produced pieces that I've been doing. The thing I just did today harkened back to kind of the vlogs that I did when I started, and I know they go long. So I'd love your input. I love being here on my own kind of agency. I love the fact that I am not limited by the constraints of network television, and I'm doing this my way, the way I want to do it. But I do want this to be something that you enjoy watching and find informative and will watch, because ultimately that's just me, standing in the middle of an empty forest shouting out, information if nobody's watching. So let me know what you prefer. I value your input. I value your feedback if it's constructive. Maybe one of these days we'll do a Q&A that I'm looking forward to perhaps. But, as I mentioned, I have re-upped for another 90 days in this country, and I am here for the long haul. I'm going to stay here until I'm drinking champagne on Krishachik on Victory Day. That's my intention. Now, it may not come in those 90 days, and I may have to find a way to extend even further than that, and I will if I have to. But I'm here for another 90 days, and I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep doing reports. I'm going to keep talking to you. I'm going to keep vlogging, because this country is very dear to me, and what's happening here is very important. I hope you're gaining something from what I'm doing. I appreciate each and every one of you who watches and gives me constructive feedback. Anyhow, I'm here, and I'm going to stay here. The Russians are not. Anyway, Slava Ukraina, Geroyam Slava.